He is 22 years old, but his eyes belong to a man twice that age. Kalen Vance drags a dead chimera wolf across a field that has drunk its fill of blood. The wolf's fur is matted with gore, its three heads lolling in obscene stillness. But Kalen does not flinch. He cannot afford to. He wears a stained leather apron, stiff with the residue of past horrors, and a dirty rag is wrapped around his face like a shroud, hiding everything but his eyes. Those eyes are the only windows into a soul that has worked the Gray Mile for 5 years. Around him, other moppers, the scavengers, the forgotten, the unblessed, hack tusks from the corpse of a fallen behemoth. This is their world, the designated cleanup zone, the place where the awakened hunters leave their mess, and the common people crawl in to claim the scraps. Kalen's parents bled out on this same cursed ground when he was 17. They were moppers too, and because Kalen was born without the spark of power, without the gifts that marked the awakened, he had no choice but to inherit the family trade, the only work in the city that pays enough to keep 4 younger siblings from starving. He supports them all now. Mira, the eldest sister, who stirs pots of thin stew and pretends she isn't hungry. Little Doran, who still believes monsters are only stories whispered to frighten children. And the twins, Sierra and Finn, who share a single bed and cling to each other in the dark. Kalen works so they never have to see what he sees. So they never have to smell what he smells. He tells himself it is enough. But the Gray Mile is never finished with its debt. A horn splits the air, a raw, desperate wail from the lookout. A rift pulse has been sighted. The awakened hunters, in their arrogance or exhaustion, missed a secondary breach. The ground begins to tremble, and then they come spine devils, huge and black, their bodies made of chitinous armor, their heads nothing but circular mouths full of grinding teeth. They erupt from the soil like rotten teeth pushing through diseased gums. Kalen does not scream. He has no time for fear. The crew's leader, Baylor, locks eyes with him across the chaos, and they both speak the same silent command: run. While the others flee, Kalen and Baylor turn to face the horde alone, executing the emergency zigzag evasion they have drilled 1,000 times. They dart, weave, and lead the devils on a desperate chase, buying their people 5 precious minutes. 5 minutes to reach the gate, 5 minutes to live. But 5 minutes is a knife that cuts both ways. When the time runs out, Kalen and Baylor find themselves surrounded. There is no path left, no escape, only the two of them, backs pressed together like the last 2 trees in a burning forest. They raise their coated spears, crude things, but laced with enough toxin to pierce monster hide. They fight not with magic or miracles, but with years of desperate, bloody knowledge. They hold the line for 1 breath, then 2, then 10, and then the world turns to splinters of black and red. A spine devil impales Kalen through the chest. He feels the cold spike slide between his ribs, a shock so profound it steals the air from his lungs. He does not think of revenge. He does not curse the awakened, or the rifts, or the cruel mathematics of a world that lets children starve while heroes collect glory. As his blood paints the soil of the Gray Mile, his final thoughts are soft. Small human, he sees Mira stirring a pot. He hears Doran laughing at a shadow in the corner of their tiny room. He feels the warmth of the twins, Sierra and Finn, curled together in that single bed, their breathing slow and safe. Kalen closes his eyes, and with the last ember of his will, he wishes for only one thing: a second chance. Not for power, not for vengeance, just the chance to do it all over again, to hold them, to feed them, to keep the monsters away for good. And somewhere in the darkness between heartbeats, the universe tilts on its axis.